It was 2011, November. It was about a week before Thanksgiving, and we met a wonderful doctor, Dr. Narangi, and he did the assessment, and he came out and he said to me, your husband is at the end stage. Dr. Narangi said to me, I'm not comfortable sending him home. He's never had a complete medical workup, and I said, no, he's never had a complete workup for this. He said, I'd like to send him over to Lakeside. We'll make the calls. And so that was the first that, I encountered people that were just tremendously caring. His nurse, I can't remember, I think it was Nurse Joan. She was just wonderful. She took all this information down. She made all the calls. She told me what the unit was like. So I was prepared for that. And then we went over and we got settled. And of course I was, pretty nervous and shocked to find out that the disease had progressed as far as it had. And then we got there, and these people, all of them, were so wonderful. They really were. I'm not just saying that. They made him totally comfortable. I think he felt as comfortable as you could feel, going into an environment like that in the condition that he was in. And then a couple days later, we met with Dr. Rosenberg, and he was so good. I remember him talking to me, and he said, are you at the end of your rope? And I said, well, not exactly. And he said, what would you like to have happen? There are different ways we can approach this. What would you like? And I had read, of course, about Alzheimer's disease and dementias, and so I knew what end stage meant. I knew that we didn't have a lot of time, and I said I would like to have some time with my husband. The social workers there were absolutely marvelous. I mean, my husband was an extremely intelligent man and held on to some of those, if you can believe it, even up until the end. He wanted to be that way. And so there was this woman, Maggie, and she would meet with him every morning for coffee and the newspaper. And I said, I don't think he really gets it anymore. And she said, it doesn't matter. But they were just there for him. It just felt like you were the only one, and they were like that for me too, because it was as much about me and my comfort as it was about him and his comfort. And they really did want to support us and to build him up as much as he could be built up so that he could go home and we could have that time that we wanted together. And when you don't have much time, 2 months is a lot of time. About this question, and I just really felt that I was listened to, that maybe it didn't always happen the way I thought that it should, but that someone was listening to me everywhere. In the ER, I'll never forget the doctors coming to me and they said, I know you're not, they said, you can't feel comfortable taking him home in this state. So it seemed to me that they always put, and because my husband had dementia, I felt like I was also a patient, that they always put us first. I don't think that there could be a better place for someone to be at the end of their life if they had something like that than a place like Bayview.